Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 video. In today's episode, one of my commenters told me to rebuild the Kansas City Chiefs with Odell Beckham Jr., so that is what we are here to do today, obviously. And I know necessarily the Chiefs don't need a rebuild, but at the same time, I'm just doing it for the sake of doing it, and also this dude has been commenting for the past week straight on all my videos to do this. So finally, it's here, bud. I hope you're happy. And 99 overall, Patrick Mahomes. This rebuild should be an absolute breeze. I'm not changing any of the schemes at all, because if we lose with any of the schemes, it just proves that Madden is just rigged against the player. So Patrick Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, Jerick McKinnon, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, just a full row of mid here, other than Isaiah Pacheco. By the way, Isaiah Pacheco completely stole Tyreek Hill's drip. The gloves, the number, everything. He just stole everything from him. And then Odell, obviously, Mecole Hardman, Juju Smith-Schuster, Kadarius Toney. They've got quite the depth here. No one is insanely good. People can say Prime Odell is obviously good. Yeah, Prime Odell was obviously great. Even whenever he was with the Rams, he was great. But he got himself a ring. That's what matters. Then the offensive line, I'm going to move Lucas Niang, I believe is how you pronounce it. Oh, he is at right tackle. For some reason, it said he was at left tackle. I guess not. Let's not change his name, please. Save changes. I do want him to be starting at the right tackle position. So, man, do I just cut this guy, Kennard? Yeah, sorry for any fans of Kennard, this right tackle. I just want my right tackle to actually play his correct position so I can start him and he can develop over Andrew Willie. Don't know who this guy is, but don't really care about him either. Defensively, looking into it, team's great as well. This team does not need a rebuild. Obviously, Super Bowl winners. Team's crazy. Juan Thornhill has superstar dev. I think he just got that through simulation, and I don't even know if I'm going to re-sign him. Progression history. Yeah, he just got superstar dev through it. I don't really care. I'm not going to really mind it that much. But, yeah, Trent McDuffie, I'm fine with having superstar dev, and everybody else here I'm fine with too. So, apart from that, guys, team really, again, doesn't need much of a rebuild. But let's look into the 2022 retirements for the AFC West. And, wow, Chad Henne, Carlos Dunlap, and a lot of other players in the AFC West did retire, but that's fine with me. How much money do we have? Really? $46 million? That's surprising, honestly. But Orlando Brown, he's going to want a fat contract in real life. I know he's going to want way more than this, but we're speaking in Madden terms. I know the Chiefs would probably want to lock him up long term, but I'll do a 4-year deal here and increase his bonus, and he resigns. I'm cool with that. Tommy Townsend, it's not going to be a horrible contract. I can just pick up any punter or kicker in the draft and get 4 free years of not having to pay them. So he can walk. Juju, why wouldn't Juju not want to be here? That doesn't make any sense. Juju would love to stay with the Chiefs, and I know it. It's just a matter of whether or not the Chiefs can afford him. So he can walk if he doesn't want to be here. Mecole Hardman does want to be here, though, and I will re-sign him on this deal, and he does re-sign with the team. Juan Thornhill, 3 years. He's already 27. Can I drop 2-year and then increase the bonus? Yeah, he does re-sign with that. I'll do that. Jerick McKinnon can walk. Derek Nottie is already 20. Man, being 27 to 74, I'll do a 1-year deal. I'm fine with a 1-year deal, but nothing more than that. Already being 27, only 74. Andrew Willie can walk. Odell, we just got. We're going to have to give him an extension. If he doesn't sign with this extension, I may have to just force him on the team because this is the entire point of the rebuild. But I'm going to increase the living shit out of his bonus. I have no idea why he wouldn't want to play here, and we don't have the money to sign him. God, that's stupid. Yeah, we don't have the money to sign him, so I may just have to force it because I literally just started the freaking rebuild with him. So, yeah, I'm going to try to force this. I don't know if this will necessarily work considering we're in the re-signing period. But I'm going to take Odell. I'm pretty sure he's on a free agency contract. And I know Odell in real life, if he were to go to the Chiefs, he would definitely take a cheaper contract just to be there. In the first round, I'm picking up Joey Porter out of Penn State. Man-to-man, 6'2", 192. Only normal dev, but that's fine with me. He looks great athletically. His skills aren't crazy, but a lot of people do have Joey Porter going in the first round. He was still there whenever I was at pick number 32, so he is now a Kansas City Chief. And I also did see Odell Beckham became a Tennessee Titan, but I forced his contract over and put him back on the team for a cheaper contract. It was actually around $16 million a year is what I did it. That's what the cap hit was at. So apart from that, got Joey Porter and Odell back on the team. Here we are after the draft. This is what we got right here. I'm going to start Niang over Scott. I don't know who that is, if I'm being real. Running back core is looking all right. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is definitely be the backup to Pacheco. Again, I did force Odell's contract over. He's getting about $16 million a year here. So it's not that crazy, but it's fine. Kadarius Toney, Mecole Hardman. I thought this was John Ross for a second. I was like, no way. Do we need Marquez Valdes-Scantling? Damn, this will free up a lot of cap. How much is left on his contracts? Because low-key, I just don't want him. I'm not gonna pay him $14 million a year. I'm gonna cut Marquez Valdes-Scantling. I know people won't like that. I know he's a good person. I do not have the money for him, and fourth string wide receivers in Madden do nothing. So he's off the team. We also have Sky Moore and Justin Ross behind him. It's not necessary to have him on the team. Willie Gay, Nick Bolton. I always get this Campbell guy. I don't know why the CPU always picks him for me. Watson. Joey Porter's only a 75, but it's fine with me. And yeah, the rest of the team's looking good. I can't believe Karlaftis fell that far in the draft, and the Ravens even passed on him. But anyways, guys, it's now time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 6-1, top of the division. Very highly contested division as the Chargers are also 6-1. Scouting national focus. What do we even need? Maybe outside linebacker? Nah, we have enough depth at receiver. Yeah, I guess outside linebacker would be the only need that we possibly want here. Come on, dude. Actually click on the right thing, please. Thank you. And middle linebacker, outside linebacker is what I want. And yeah, this team is already so stacked. We're just doing it just for, you know, the fuck of doing it. Why not? Well, the sake of doing it for those of you guys that like the censorship. But don't need you. Don't know why you're here. Don't know. No, not you. You're Chris Jones. Yes. I want you for the rest of the rebuild, bud. 5-year deal. You're staying on the team. And L'Jarius Sneed, I want you for the rest of the rebuild too. Let's increase the bonus a little bit. Can't really hand out too much money because obviously we don't have that much. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, no. How cheap are you? Will you be willing to be a team player and do a 4-year deal? And he was, okay, team player. I'm fine if he's a team player. I'll do that. Frank Clark can walk. Willie Gay. I'd be fine with re-signing Willie Gay. He's not a bad player. Derek Nottie can walk. He's too old. And apart from that, guys, I know 27, but at the end of the season, he'll be 28. And he won't make it to an 80 overall. But anyways, let's move to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, going 13-4, top of the division with the first round bye, coming off a win to the Detroit Lions in a highly contested division. But let's see what we got. Patrick Mahomes, Godly, is that another MVP season for him? No, right behind Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. That's realistic, though. Second best offense in the NFL, and defensively, we were third. That's fine with me. 5,000 yards, 46 touchdowns. Maybe if he had like 8 interceptions, he would have got MVP. Isaiah Pacheco, really bad season, honestly. Odell, 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns, back to being prime Odell. Kelsey had a great season, 11 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Tony, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Looking at it defensively, Nick Bolton, 116 tackles for a loss, 16 for Chris Jones, sacks, 8 for Chris Jones, 5 for Frank Clark, interceptions, 4 for Willie Gay, 4 for Trent McDuffie, and 4 for L'Jarius Sneed. Safeties is 1 for Chris Jones. Defensive touchdowns is 1 for Brian Cook. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who Brian Cook is, but let him cook, baby. Let's see what we got for the divisional round, and I will hop into the conference championship as always. If we get there, 10-7 Cincinnati Bengals, our worst fear of all time. Burrowhead, can he do it again? And he does not. Here to face the 11-6 Denver Broncos. By the way, did our entire division make the playoffs? And no, the Raiders missed it at 10-7. That is quite unfortunate as the Bengals made it in at 10-7. Anyways, let's move in to this conference championship against the Denver Broncos, and somehow Russell Wilson popped off. Let's move into it. Here we are in Arrowhead Stadium as, wow, 6-0 start for the Broncos. Why can't our offense move? Okay, there it is, 6-7. I know the Broncos defense is good, but they don't have Von Miller or Bradley Chubb anymore. Come on. No way, dude. 16-7, 16-14. There's no way. How are we getting slammed into the ground by Russell Wilson right now? Come on. Dude, there's no way we just lost this to Russell. No, 29-29 OT. That's crazy. Did we win or did we? No, they won. Okay. I don't know how we just lost to the Russell Wilson. We had a way better game than him, too. Well, slightly better, but still. It was a good game. Let's move to the offseason. And the Cowboys win this Super Bowl against the Broncos. Most unrealistic Super Bowl you will ever see in your life. Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl MVP. Josh Allen wins the league MVP. And there are no awards here for the Kansas City Chiefs, as we will look into the roster to see if there is any development upgrades. Maybe Odell has Superstar. He does, but he does regress, so that's something. And why is my screen so dim? I know you guys probably don't see it. Maybe you guys do, but my screen is hella dim right now. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, Odell, Superstar Dev. Creed Humphrey already had Superstar Dev. Defensively, L'Jarius Sneed gets Superstar Dev. That's nice to see. And Willie Gay gets Star Dev. I wanted to re-sign him anyways. And I'm still going to move him up over Scott. But Anyways, guys, now time to move into the re-sign players. In the AFC West, Chandler Jones and Brandon Graham both retired. Brandon Graham with the Broncos? Would never happen. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got. Willie Gay is the only guy that I'm interested in here. Sounds kind of gay. But Willie Gay is not coming back, apparently. He doesn't want to play. I want him to play, though. He's 26. I guess if he doesn't want to play here and I gave him more bonus, he just doesn't want to play. Sorry. Let's move in at 2 of the drafts because I know we have 42 million. It's just we have other players to re-sign, especially our offensive line. Let's move to the draft. In the first round, I'm picking up defensive tackle Javier Heath. I'm a retard, sorry. Heath out of Georgia, 6'2", 298, hidden development, 87 strength. He's going to be our other starter behind Chris Jones. Second round pick, I'm picking up left outside linebacker Caleb Fisher, who is supposed to go in the 4th round. I just didn't want to pass him up. 6'1", 228, 87 speed, 91 acceleration, hidden dev. These skills are great. A tackle, A awareness, A zone coverage. Yes, he's not block shedding type because he's a pass coverage guy. B man coverage, B pursuit. This is a great pickup, especially if you got him in the 4th round, but I took him in the 2nd. And in the 4th round, I'm picking up another left outside linebacker, voice crack there, Malik Sharp out of Southern Illinois. Hidden development, not very athletic other than the 91 acceleration. He does have hidden dev, A awareness, B zone coverage, and B man coverage is what I was looking at with the B pursuit. But he had a bunch of elite athletic skills. That's what I liked about him. So another great outside linebacker pickup. Here we are after the draft. I still need to start this guy. 73 overall. Hopefully he'll get a higher overall this year. Sharp is only a 64, but he does have the development, boys. Maybe he could, if he has superstar, that'd be sick. But if he only has star, I don't know if we'll be able to develop him in time. He's going to move officially to the right outside linebacker position. And oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, no way. Did he just increase that much? Eric Evans out of Fresno State. I also picked him up. Do I just cut him? Because I low-key want the other guy to start. Oh, here he is, Sharp. I was about to cut the other guy just so that way he could start. Heath is a 70 overall, unfortunately, but that's fine. Got these guys starting on the outside. Specialist. Gonna make sure Heath is there. Fisher, wow, we have no edge rushers. Fisher, I do want to actually start at sub linebacker, so that way he gets so many reps in. Isaiah Pacheco, I want starting over Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Offensively, want him starting again. And I want Odell to be my #1 receiver here. And defensively, yeah, we still need an edge rusher. Why is Karlaftis not playing? Hold up. I do have to refresh. Is Karlaftis not playing on the edge? Why? I now have to refresh all of this. That's so stupid. Why would George Karlaftis not be playing off the edge here? He should be my rush left end, but it's like, nah. We think people who are significantly worse should be rushing off the edge over George Karlaftis. Sure, bud. Let's go to the depth chart and fix that right now because I will lose my shit if it's not. And why is Karlaftis not playing? He's a way better rush. He's a way better rusher than this guy. Why would he not be starting there? Anyways, apart from that, guys, it's now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 2-5. Thank you, EA, for your flawless game making every single year. And if this doesn't prove to you that EA rigs it to where the player loses, I don't know what does. We're going to do vertical zone run, and I go 4-3 under, and then I run Dallas offense, and that is usually what wins me games. It's not necessarily about the stats for me. I care about wins. So, come on, where Dallas, there it is. And I noticed it adjusted my entire roster again. Did it officially? No, didn't. Oh, yes, sir. Fisker is a superstar dev. Love to see that. Glad I started him, and not going to worry about anyone else right now. We got our outside linebackers of the future, potentially. Maybe the other guy will have superstar dev. I would have really wished the 64 overall got superstar, so that way he can develop faster. But, man, what do we even need? Sky Moore's fine at receiver, and so is Justin Ross. Maybe tight end, just so that way I have depth at tight end, just in case Travis Kelce retires, because there is a huge possibility that he does retire. But players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have here. We are going to have Jarrett Stidham. Creed Humphrey, need him back long term. Definitely want it. And wow, wants more money. Okay. Nick Bolton, give him pay raise, player friendly, and he resigns. Dude, I swear my screen is so dark for some reason. I don't know what it is, but let's increase the bonus. And he's resigned. Justin Reed has a full interest in coming back. Maybe we can get him on a cheap team-friendly deal. And yeah, he resigns. That's fine with me. Yes, sir. Kadarius Toney doesn't have an interest in coming back. I'll have to wait on that. Juan Thornhill, 83, he really hasn't regressed that much. I'm fine with this deal, honestly. I'll keep him around for the rest of the rebuild. He hasn't regressed that much. And Harrison Butker just doesn't want to be here, and I already drafted a kicker behind him. Yeah, you can walk because he doesn't want to be here. I'm not going to overpay for you. You are stupid cheap. Still going to increase the bonus, and you resign. I still need Creed Humphrey and Kadarius Toney. And everyone else here, Justin Ross. Maybe that's going to be a stupid cheap deal. I still have Sky Moore, so I don't really need Justin Ross. But apart from that, guys, it is now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, missing the playoffs with the Chiefs, going 8-9. Again, flawlessly made game by EA. Stats and awards. Offense, third best offense, and we went 8-9. Defensively, we had the... How? Okay, sure. We lost Frank Clark, and the defense collapsed. Okay. Whatever. Patrick Mahomes, too many interceptions, not realistic. He would at least have 40 touchdowns, but 5,200 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 4.0 per carry and 21 touchdowns. A pretty good season for only 255 carries. Travis Kelce, 120 receptions, 1,400 yards, 11 touchdowns. Tony with 12 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. And then Odell, 1 touchdown. Damn, down year. Defensively, Caleb Fisher is a baller. 119 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 13 tackles for a loss for George Karlaftis. And Chris Jones, sacks 8.5 for George Karlaftis, interceptions 4 for Jerry Sneed and Trent McDuffie. Safeties on the team is 1 for Chris Jones. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So I definitely still need to pick up a new edge rusher. But apart from that, guys, let's move in to the offseason. Chargers beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and the Chargers' new quarterback, Jaren Hall, wins the Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts wins the league MVP. There are no awards. Actually, no. Caleb Fisker wins the defensive rookie of the year. That's sick. And looking at the team upgrades, Odell is still a superstar. Man, I'm going to mention this a million times. Why is my screen so damn dark? I don't know what it is. You guys probably aren't seeing it, but Fisker gets superstar X-Factor. W-ass investment. I'm so glad. This guy was supposed to be projected to be a 4th round pick. I'm so glad I snagged him in the 2nd. What an absolute steal here. We got ourselves another monster at linebacker who's pass coverage archetype. Dude is going to be absolutely crazy on this team. Love it. And Sharp is only a star dev. That's fine with me, though. Sneed, superstar. Trent McDuffie is superstar. Joey Porter is good depth. With Watson here, I don't know who that is. And yeah, I still need another edge rusher to pair with George Karlaftis, even though Chris Jones and George Karlaftis should be just fine. But let's move into the re-sign players. In the AFC West, nobody retires at all in the AFC West, or let alone for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's see the players ready to negotiate, as we have Creed Humphrey, who actually has a higher interest now, but I'm still going to make sure that I get him player-friendly deal, 5 years, and he resigns. Kadarius Toney doesn't want to be here. I'm still going to give him a very player-friendly deal. I want him to stay. And he does stay. Harrison Butker I don't want. Everyone else don't want. $32 million to spend, though. I'm going to go and try to get myself an edge rusher. After free agency, we got Trey Hendrickson as an edge rusher. He's going to be a huge help to our defense. And apart from that, let's move into the draft. In the first round, I'm going with wide receiver Sean Barr out of Stanford. 6'3", 224, 91 speed, 90 acceleration, hidden development. I know I said I was going to go with a tight end, but this could be our tight end right here. 6'3", 224. Going to be more of a Kyle Pitts type build. Maybe a little bit shorter, but it's fine. Now this is the team going into the 3rd season. Looks like the CPU picked up this guy named Laurie, so more depth for our running backs. Apparently there's this guy named Gordon. Don't know who he is, but sure. Apparently we picked up this receiver named Parks. Who is this guy? Darren Parks. Wearing Kadarius Toney's number as a Giant, not as a Chief, obviously. 91 speed. Just real good athlete, good catching. He's a playmaker at a Texas Tech. Okay, maybe Texas Tech bondage with Patrick Mahomes here. And Sean Barr, 75 overall without the boost, wearing number 7. And I don't like that as a tight end because that's where he's going to be moving to. So he's going to be wearing number 85, and he's going to move to tight end. So moving him there behind Travis Kelce because I know he won't get any reps as a receiver being that far down the depth chart. And he is a 79 overall tight end, gets boosted like that, going to move Naeem up. And team, again, just doesn't necessarily need a rebuild, but I have to make it a rebuild because EA physically won't let me have a good team or a decent team because it just rigs it against you. But team looks great in my opinion. it's now time to move into the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 6-1, reclaiming the top of the division as it should be. Breakout QB. He's already an X Factor 99 overall. He doesn't have anything more to gain. Players are ready to scout. Sure, let's do more depth at middle linebacker because why not? What else do we need? And players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we're going to have here as we have Travis Kelce. Do want you back for the remainder of the rebuild, 3 years, and he resigns. Trent McDuffie doesn't want to be here. Don't give a shit. You're staying. You have superstar dev, and he resigns on a very expensive deal. Pacheco, it's actually very cheap. I like this. Increase the bonus even, and he resigns. Joe Thuney, 3-year deal. I'd be cool with this. Oh, I don't have money. Never mind. Karlaftis, Sky Moore. Maybe I shouldn't. Oh, man. Yikes. Sky Moore is not coming back. Sorry, bud. I want Karlaftis and I want Thuney back. Damn. I really want Karlaftis back. I'll probably have to tag him at the end of the season. That is quite unfortunate. Thuney's probably going to have to walk. But anyways, it's now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 14-3, top of the division, first round bye as it should be. Stats and awards, let's see what we got. Patrick Mahomes, league MVP. Let's see it. And Patrick Mahomes, league MVP, no surprise. Best offense in the NFL. And defensively, we have the best defense. Coach Andy Reid is the #1 coach in the league. 5,200 yards, 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. See, he had that similar season in year 1. He just had 12 interceptions, and now he has 8, and boom. He is the league MVP. Pacheco, 24 touchdowns, 3.9 per carry, 1,200 yards. Yes, even though he only has 3.9 per carry, I'm giving him superstar dev because 24 touchdowns is crazy. 3.9 per carry, though, isn't crazy. Sky Moore, 15 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. I would argue that's because he's in the slot. And I'm not re-signing him because I don't have the money. Defensively, Nick Bolton, 101 tackles for a loss, 17 for Chris Jones, sacks, 14.5 for Chris Jones, 12.5 for Karlaftis. That's why I want Karlaftis. And Caleb Fisher, 3 interceptions. Hold up, what did Trey Hendrick, only 9 sacks, really? Unfortunate. Safeties, 1 for Chris Jones, defensive touchdowns 0. Chris Jones always gets the safety, it seems. But let's see who we're going to be playing in the divisional round. I really shouldn't even have to be struggling in this rebuild. I'm not struggling. It's just crazy to me how we're not doing way better than we should be. 10-7 Tennessee Titans. Let's go to the conference championship. We make it here to face the 9-8 New York Jets. Let's just move to the Super Bowl. Come on. We got to beat the Jets here. No way we don't. And we are in the Super Bowl here to face the Dallas Cowgirls. And yeah, that should be the rebuild because it's now a successful rebuild regardless if we win or lose. But let's see the roster development upgrades. Sky Moore should have star dev now. And he does, but guess who also has star dev? Barr and Parks. I don't need Sky Moore. I would argue anyone that plays the slot position, which he did, I assume, yet can get those types of numbers. So not really even that amazing to me because if you force your player into the slot, they're going to be amazing. But yeah, rest of the team looks exactly the same. Karlaftis, I was hoping he would get superstar dev, but I guess he did not. And Pacheco, I am going to give superstar dev for those guys crying in the comments. Yes, 3.9 per carry is not a good average, but 24 touchdowns is crazy, dude. It's absolutely crazy to have for any running back. I don't care how many yards you average and how many attempts you have. 24 touchdowns is crazy. Let's move into the Super Bowl against the Dallas Cowgirls. Here we are in Atlanta to play the Super Bowl, and they made sure to put the Super Bowl in Atlanta because they know the Falcons will never go back to another one, therefore giving no team ever home field advantage. 3-7 game, 3-10 now in the second quarter. It's going to be 3-10 at halftime. Low-scoring game here. And in the third quarter, 3-10, 3-13. We have a Patriots and Rams Super Bowl, 10-16. And, oh, I thought they were about to come back and win it on us and steal it from us, 10-16, as we win the Super Bowl. And, obviously, easy, successful rebuild. Let's move to the offseason. Chris Jones wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP. And there are no other awards here for the Kansas City Chiefs. We already looked into the upgrade, so let's move to the re-signings. In the AFC West, Odell Beckham retires with another Super Bowl win. Good for him. As successful rebuild with Odell. Bet he's happy to get any other Super Bowl ring. But now, that means we have more money. And I want George Karlaftis, but I'm probably going to tag him. So you got to big brain this. You got to give him a really shitty deal. He doesn't want to play for your team anymore. And then Joe Thuney, he wants to be it here. So I'll give him a team player deal, make it 2 years. And he resigns. That's a good thing. Now we finesse Sky Moore here. And he give him player friendly. This is even a cheap deal. Let's boost the bonus. He resigns. Nobody else here has any value to me. Then you finesse George Karlaftis and tag him. Boom. Now you are millions of dollars in debt and the IRS will collect it all. In the first round, we're picking up wide receiver Terrell McCain out of Virginia. Only normal dev, unfortunately. 6'4", 233, 93 speed, 90 acceleration. A catching traffic, A catching. He's a Larry Fitzgerald, but way bigger and faster. I like him. So this is the team going into the fourth and final season. Don't really care if we win or lose because we've already won the Super Bowl and it's already a successful rebuild. And Odell had a nice career with us. So this is what the team got, and already do love it. You have great tight end depth, great receiver core depth. Defensively, great as well. Love what we got. And yeah, nothing really more to say than that. Specialist, Sky Moore is going to be in the slot. Joey Porter is in the slot as well. And apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 13-4, top of the division, but not getting a first-round bye, unfortunately. Stats and awards, let's see what we got. Patrick Mahomes did great. Is that another MVP season? Don't think so. No, Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, Pat Mahomes at 3. Fourth best offense in the NFL, and defensively, we have the best defense in the NFL. 4,800 yards, 45 touchdowns, 13 receptions. Again, if it was 8 interceptions, he would have got it. 71% completion percentage, great too. Pacheco, 18 touchdowns, 4.5 per carry, 1,500 yards. I would argue this is his best season. Yes, he had 24 touchdowns maybe in the previous season, but way better average, more yards, great season. Sky Moore, crushing it still, 17 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, a handful of 1,000-yard players for the rest of the team. Defensively, Nick Bolton, 107 tackles for a loss, 13 for Trey Hendrickson, sacks, 16.5 for Trey Hendrickson, most on the entire rebuild. And Chris Jones, 11.5, and George Karlaftis, 11. Interceptions, 7 for Trent McDuffie. That's going to be an X factor, and Sky Moore is going to get superstar Trey Hendrickson with the safety instead of Chris Jones this time. Defensive touchdowns is 0. And let's see if we can beat the 8-9 New England Patriots to move on to the divisional round. I'm not going to be hopping into any games because we've already won the Super Bowl. Here to face the 10-7 Houston Texans to move on to the conference championship, and we do here to face the 13-4 Baltimore Ravens. Can we move on to the Super Bowl and beat potentially Lamar Jackson if that's who is their quarterback? And it is. Here to face the league MVP, Justin Fields. Do I hop into another Super Bowl? Absolutely not. I do not care. I will let the CPU handle it. Sky Moore gets superstar dev, no surprise. Ooh, Trey Smith gets superstar dev as well. Pacheco, really want to give him X Factor. Dude's been going crazy. Look at this running back depth. Holy shit, dude. Look at our receiving depth. Look at our tight end depth here. Great, dude. Team's amazing. Defensively, sharp. Juan Thornhill gets superstar X Factor. Trent McDuffie gets superstar X Factor. Am I going to hop into the Super Bowl? Again, like I said, absolutely not. League MVP versus your dominant QB of the next generation. And we win the Super Bowl 23-10, and your Super Bowl MVP is Patrick Mahomes and Kyler Murray. I don't know, Kyler Murray won the league MVP. Justin Fields was second for the league MVP. There are no other awards here for the Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to move in to the retirements to see who retired in the final season. But anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Let me know which team you'd like me to rebuild next. Yes, I know that the Chiefs were a stupid easy rebuild because you get 99 overall Patrick Mahomes to start. But let's see the retirements here. I don't think we got any retirements either because I didn't see a cap drop. Derek Carr retires, Devonta Adams retires, and Keenan Allen retires. Super happy with the team we built just because we didn't really build much of a team. We built more of depth for the team and then got to watch players develop, which was fun to get to watch players develop. Fisker, though, that was a pickup by me. A-tier pickup. I believe he was a star development and then got superstar from like a dev up challenge during the season. Then he got X Factor from Defensive Rookie of the Year. So he went crazy. And then getting to watch Trent McDuffie develop along with Juan Thornhill and L'Jarius Sneed. But apart from that, guys, thank you guys once again all for watching. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.